some live girl chat. You ready?
They are ready.
Sound ready.
Early in the morning.
Come on, they sound real ready.
Buenos dias.
They're up. Make sure to head over to the Reels Daytime Instagram page and use the hashtag GirlChatLive to join in on the convo.
Yes.
Now, first up, this is a big one. A story that has dominated the headlines this past week are the sexual harassment allegations leveled against actor Aziz Ansari. In fact, HLN anchor and host Ashley Banfield made headlines herself after she called out Aziz's accuser on the air for making what she called reckless allegations about a date gone wrong. Well, Ashley's comments didn't sit well with 22-year-old Katie Way, a reporter for Babe.net, the site that initially broke the Aziz story. So Katie decided to fire off an email to Ashley saying, quote, Ashley, someone I am certain nobody under the age of 45 has ever heard of. I hope the 500 retweets on the single news made that burgundy lipstick, bad highlights, second wave feminist has been really relevant for a little while.
Dang.
Disrespect.
All right.
Well, not only did Ashley read Katie's email on the air, she also chose to fire off a classy clapback of her own. Check it out.
If you truly believe in feminism, the last thing you should do is attack someone in an ad hominem way for her age. I'm 50. And for my highlights, I was brown-haired for a while when I was a war correspondent interviewing Yasser Arafat and in Afghanistan and Iraq, Gaza, and the West Bank. Google those places.
She put her together.
Come on.
Google those places. And while you're at it, Google ad hominem.
Well, before we start, I just want to say, there are a lot of moving parts to this whole
Yes.
story.
Yeah.
With this whole, the Harvey Weinstein and then the accusations.
Yes. Yeah.
And then, so we're not talking about that. We're not taking sides with that. We're not discussing that. What we are discussing is that women, the question that you asked.
The question is, when you start to attack a woman's looks, when you
That's
attack
what
their
we're
parents,
discussing.
Yes.
What are your
All right.
ladies' thoughts of that?
That's what ad hominem means. I didn't have to Google who Yasser Arafat was, but I needed to Google that word. So in case you didn't know, ad hominem is an argument or reaction directed against a person rather than the position they are maintaining. So you're not arguing about what she said. You're now just attacking the way she looks.
Right.
Yeah.
And
So
then-
you think that's okay to do?
No, because men usually don't do that. I've never heard men disagree and go, that's why you got a pot belly. You don't hear that with men.
Was it Ace Ventura that used to end everything where he's like, yeah, and you're ugly? I don't know. Jim Carrey and something. No?
That was a character.
Yeah, but
why do we
who
do
does
this
that in real life?
Well,
Right.
I think a lot of the times what you say about people shows more about your character.
You can say that.
So after she said that, I didn't care what she had to say.
Right.
She lost credibility with me because that was a very immature way to clap back.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
An immature way to get your point across. She didn't
Yeah.
get any point across.
No.
Well,
If you
I
think
want
about
to get
it-
off of that
Okay.
because
Yes.
there was more to that. She wrote a lot more in there, so I want to get off of that, and I want to get on the fact of what
Yes,
Jeannie
which
was
I was,
saying.
which I was
Well,
just
and I'm
gonna
just
say
saying
is-
in general.
It
In general.
discredits
her.
Yeah.
It
But
discredits.
here's what I notice, okay, as a woman. The term cattiness exists. Women can be catty. We
Yes.
all have the
Okay.
opportunity
Yes.
and the ability to be catty. You've dealt with it in grade school, right? But then there's a certain level of maturity you reach where when you need to go off on somebody, when you choose to go and attack their looks, their body type, or even their handicaps, you haven't graduated. You're still chilling in the sandbox trying to talk to the adult.
Yes.
Right.
And that's where the misconception is had. So I appreciate, Ashley, you are so, I mean, dang, woman. I literally was like, that's goals right there. Because I think that when you elevate yourself to a place where you can really hold a nice a critique about what matters
Yeah.
instead of bashing on your looks,
person.
it's lazy and it's really
Yeah. Lazy and
unintelligent.
immature.
It's a
Because at the end of the
cheap shot.
day,
But
yes.
why is this happening? I think, especially a younger woman attacking an older woman. I'm just saying
'Cause
in
she's a
general.
kid.
And this is, and don't, because I get a lot of it on social media.
Yeah,
and I
me
think
too.
on social media, people, you know, what did they call them? They call them keyboard thugs.
So keyboard thugs.
Thugs, yeah,
Keyboard
thugs.
thugs.
Yeah.
Keyboard thugs,
Yeah.
you know. Whereas, and the reason why I don't answer a lot of people is because I don't know if I'm talking to a 14-year-old or a 44-year-old.
Oh, that's true. I never
And
thought
so
of that.
I have to be careful because I don't want to hurt that 14-year-old's feelings because I could clap back and I wouldn't be nice like Ashley. Okay?
What I love that Ashley did,
Yeah.
what I love that Ashley did that we can take from today now, we
Right.
don't have to wait until we're 50 to embrace what she did, which is really being confident about her worth, not her looks, because it all just came off like highlights, okay, what else? My
Right.
lip liner, what else?
Yeah.
She really went into the archives of what makes her the Ashley she is proud of being.
Yes.
And so it made me actually think about when I was in grade school, I got made fun of every single thing that grew out of my body. My chinky eyes, my skinny chicken legs, the way that I talked to, I didn't speak English until I was about 4th grade. So all these things I couldn't handle, right? And then I realized after graduating high school, it gets me like emotional when I talk about being bullied. But when I graduated high school, I realized that I couldn't let people dig on things that God blessed me with, and I had to start building. I appreciate that. But God didn't build everybody to look like something that they're proud of, right?
Right.
So I started to have to build. What is Jeannie Mai? So I'm not concerned about my eyes that don't have
So much
lashes all the
greater
time.
than that.
What is she gonna be? So I had to go out there, get the jobs I was proud of, dump the boys that I had to walk away from, confront those bullies, those people that were my demons, because your bounce back is always gonna be stronger than your setback.
Yes.
Period.
100%.
Always.
And I like that. But the question is, that we're still not answering as a society, is why is it on women and it doesn't happen to men? Is it because...
I think because innately women are more critical about themselves. We are the first persons to actually talk bad about ourselves.
Yes.
Sometimes we talk more bad about ourselves. I don't know if that was correct English, but we criticize ourselves more than other people do.
Yes. Yes.
So the first thing we do when we see another woman is to criticize their looks.
Yes.
And that
But we
actually
also
shows what
judge
you're
on
insecure
looks.
about.
We also judge on. I mean, I have to admit, I'm getting. It's like every red carpet. If you don't look right on the red carpet, people talk about you.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
We
yeah.
do this to each other in society.
It needs
Yes.
to stop. I know, Lonnie.
I know.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lonnie,
And
that's
do
why I don't
you
do them.
notice? But do you notice you're actually onto something? Because when I look at my comments, actually, more women are more critical about what I'm wearing, about if I'm pregnant or not, my pooch, or just in general. And you're right. Why do we keep doing this to
what
each
I'm
other
getting
as
to is
women?
maybe we need to stop the red carpets. Maybe we need
No,
to stop.
no, don't give in to that.
What I'm saying is,
You're
if
onto
we
something.
keep judging each other like this, what is it that's making us go, well, you don't deserve to be? And I'm not crying for myself. I'm crying for one of my friends who was on the red carpet, and she didn't have a lot of money.
Yeah.
And she did her best.
Yeah.
And they talked about her. And, it's just, I was just thinking about this, and then I started thinking about when we did this subject, is that we as women, are we doing this to ourselves? Yes. Because we put ourselves in these judgmental roles where men don't put themselves in judgmental roles like this. I mean, a man can come on in some jeans and everything, and they're like, oh, he looks great.
Yes.
But I mean, we've been building each other up, and and the red carpet is just one example. But maybe even on this show, if I was to take off my wig, you guys would laugh at me, okay? Because it wouldn't deem as beautiful.
Yeah.
And maybe we need to readjust how we think about each other and how we judge each other. And that's what I'm trying to get to.
I understand that, Lonnie, but it has to start. It has to start with ourselves.
Yes.
If we start loving ourselves as we are, maybe we'll start loving others as they are.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's why, if you really dig deep, and if you ask yourself, if you look in the mirror and you say, Jeannie, for example, if you say, Jeannie, why are you awesome? and your answers are, because I have the best boobs, because I have a great butt, because I can walk in and get any man I want, then you ain't worth what you know you're worth. That is always gonna fade. Gravity's gonna hit, honey. Get ready for it. And things are gonna change. But when you know your worth and you can list it off, like the accomplishments you've made, the drive that you have, the dreams that you're
kindness
trying to
in
get.
your heart.
And you're a good
but
friend
what I'm
even.
saying is this something in this society that we keep doing? I mean, it's like
Yes.
you go on Instagram and it's like girls are taking their clothes off, and you know, and it's like everybody's doing it now. And if you don't do it, or if you don't get enough likes, it's just what are we doing in society?
Toxic.
And then yes, it's becoming toxic, and we need to stop it. And I'm just trying to figure that out. I can't answer it.
I'm gonna break it down a little bit towards what you're saying. Number one, when you're saying stop the red carpet, it's actually not the red carpet that presents itself to be catty or judgmental. It's the media that will begin to perpetuate who wore it better, right? Who's the do's and the don'ts? I'm guilty of it. I'm hired for jobs where you have to think who's the best dressed and who's the worst dressed. If you notice now with my red carpet looks, I never talk about the worst dressed now. I've gotten to an age where I'm like, I'm gonna talk about the best because there are people I like and people I don't like as far as their style. But I made a personal choice because I'm at a place in my platform now where when you hire Jeannie Mai, she can say what she wants to do instead of listening to what they expect me to do. So I'm there now, so it's good. But then let's take it away from the media where they can be responsible, and then people like me, you know, do what I do. But then let's go into the circle of friends. You have circle of friends where something's gonna happen in life. It is inevitable. Some girl's gonna take your job, some girl's gonna date your man, you're gonna get cheated on, and the comparison is always sitting there like this piece of fruit that's easy to grab, right?
Right.
That is where it's your choice to then go into that. Like I said, your ammo. What is your ammo? Is it that you have better boobs than her? Or is that you're a college graduate? Is it that you actually...
So you're saying find something, because the only reason why I say that, HelloBeautiful.com, for the NAACP red carpet,
yes.
they put a survey, and it was me and my friends, Niecy Nash and Danielle Brooks. And they said, curvy girls.
Yeah.
And they did a poll, and they were like, who was the best? And so what I did was, I took that, put it on my Instagram, and I'm saying maybe we have to start fighting back. Because I said, I sent it, I put it on my Instagram, I said, why are you having us being voted on? You know, show us like the other girls. Show us like the skinny girls, okay? So that's what I mean. Maybe we need to fight back, and that's what I'm going to start doing.
Like,
that's what I
used
think.
to participate and
Oh,
also
my
in your circle of
eyelash is
friends.
falling
It's
off.
okay.
I'm sorry.
Hey,
Well, there you go. Take off the other one.
Even it out, girl. Even it out.
What were
And
you
you're
gonna
still
say, Ann?
absolutely beautiful,
Oh,
just like
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Always.
No, I love that age. Yeah.
My only thing is, even with saying, yeah, but I have a college degree, that's still saying that materialistic things validate who you are.
Not
Right.
to compare to someone else. I'm just saying what builds you.
Yeah.
Don't use it to compare.
Yeah.
But know your worth through the things that you've accomplished, you've driven for.
But more than like your accomplishments, what if you haven't accomplished anything? What if you view yourself and you're like, I don't have anything to show for what I've done in my career?
And you
or
talk about
some
your
awards.
character. You talk
There
about
we
the
go.
things you've gotten through.
That's
you
where
find
it's at.
something.
Your
Yes.
character, your kindness,
The
your
things you've
heart.
survived.
Like,
Yes, that's what I
no,
think.
I
yes.
promise it to you. Having a good heart goes far beyond having a
Long
pretty
way.
face. Because at the end of the day, if you have a whack heart, there's no Photoshop for that, okay?
Yeah.
Right.
And if you have a bad personality and a nasty attitude, no filter is gonna fix that. No Snapchat filter, no hearts, no crown, no dog. So that's my issue, is we put so much on like what validates us. Like, oh, but I have a nicer house, I drive a better car, I've done all these things.
Yes.
I'm more famous than you are. Oh my gosh, like at the end of the day, it's like John Mayer said, at the end of the day, it's, well, you got a bad heart, congratulations on your face. That's all it is, congratulations on your face. But like, what do you have to show for what you've done for other
Yes.
people? Your acts of kindness throughout the day. If you can go to bed and you're like, I smiled at strangers today, I spoke to God, I drank
Yes.
some water, took
Yes.
care of my health, like
Yes.
that's what you should
Yes.
be proud of.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And then to piggyback
I'm a
off
good
of that,
person.
and then think about the the circumference you're around.
Yes.
So if you've cleaned your vessel, right?
Yeah.
But then you've got a circle of mean girls. It's just that you got that one
Right.
mean girl that just feeds it and it feels so good to hear,
Always.
laugh at that other person, whatever. You got to shut that down.
Yes.
Because we're skin. You cut us, we bleed. When you hear other negativities from other friends, like, you're prettier than her though, don't listen to that. Or even if your mom says that, you got to shut it down. And that's not what it's about, Mom.
So it's about fighting back. I think I'm glad we had this conversation because I was just struggling because I'm like, what? Sometimes I read too much in the news and I'm just like, I just want us to all be good people, for us to be loved.
You can get down. You can almost feel hopeless. Like it can sometimes feel like a hopeless situation where you're just like, what can we do to make about change? And I think what we're all saying up here is that each and every one of us plays a role. Every single one of us, every person watching this show, every person on social media, you play a role. And if you do your part, we can make a change.
Yeah.
We can see change. If you stop yourself from making that negative comment and going, is it worth it? I'm a whack, corny person.
Right.
If I sit there, we talked about how much I say cornball.
Say it positive.
But that's
I want us all
positive.
to say something positive. Everybody in this audience, I want you to repeat after me and say, I am beautiful. 1, 2, 3.
I am beautiful.
Don't you feel
anything
good?
about yourself.
This is what gets me.
Now, I want you to look at each other.
Yes.
Look at your neighbor and say, you are beautiful.
You are beautiful.
You
are beautiful.
are beautiful.
And I do want to wrap this up. I do want to wrap this up in a little bow. And now I want everyone to say and believe it, I am enough.
Yes.
Ready?
Yes. Wow.
Let's all say it together.
I am enough.